Welcome to a 20-minute stretch. So we're going to start with the feet underneath the hips and take a big circle up. And lace your fingers behind your head and just squeeze the upper back. So breathe in as you open the elbows. And exhale as you come forward, softening the knees, pulling the abdominals in and just stretching the back of that neck as you come up. Just lift your head to the ceiling and open the elbows slightly. Start to move a little bit further down. Just feeling that stretch in between the shoulder blades as you come forward and in between the collarbone as you come back. So start taking it deeper and deeper, keeping the knees soft and keeping the body lifted off the hips. Start to bring the chest down towards your thighs. We're going to now take some shoulder circles. So really nice big circles with the shoulders, just releasing any tension in the shoulder joints as you gently bend the knees, keeping the knees tracking over that middle toe. Start to take it deeper and deeper. Drop down, big circle with the arms, releasing all that tension in the shoulders. Now come forward with a flat back and open up. And reach forward with that flat back and open up. Don't go too far back. And breathe out. And breathe in as you recover. And exhale, release that neck. Open the arms. Take one arm up and over, bend your knees and take a really big side stretch. Drop down and roll up with the head coming last. And the other side. Lift the body off the hips, shoulders down. Beautiful side stretch. Dropping down and rolling up. Lace your hands to the lower back. Squeeze the glutes. And pull those knuckles down towards the heels, opening up the shoulders and lifting your eye gaze to the ceiling. Take a breath in and then pull torso down so you're resting the chest on the thighs and relax your head. The fingertips are still laced, and if you want a little bit of shoulder flexion and flexibility, keeping the elbows bent, just lift those shoulders over the head, keeping the head relaxed and bending in your knees. Take a breath in and exhale, and if you wish and you want to go further, straighten the knees off. Pulling the abdominals in. Bend your knees, and whatever you do, make sure you do not unleash your hands until they come back to your lower spine. Hold your elbows in each hand, breathe in and release your head and pull the elbows towards the floor. If you want more, straighten your knees. Bend the knees and rolling up, head coming last. Another big circle up and reach high. And just do some gentle stretches from side to side. So lifting that rib cage off the opposite hip. And take a big stretch forward. Hands on your shins. And now try to straighten the knees. If you want more, take the hands above your head, maintaining that flat back and the weight through the balls of the feet, or and take your torso twist, making sure both hips are on the floor. If you want more, you take hold of that foot, the outside of the foot, straighten your leg, and take that arm away from you and rotate. And going into the other side for our lunge. Knee above heel, hand on thigh, pressing hips to floor, back foot relaxed, and opposite shoulder rotating to that knee. Lift the hips onto the back calf, flexing the foot should you wish. And releasing that torso down. Again, a hamstring stretch either with that back leg bent or straight. If you're deciding to go into your split, make sure you rotate that back hip round and you can relax over that front leg whether your back leg is bent or straight. Use your breath to help you relax into that stretch. And come round for your upper back torso glute stretch, crossing the elbow 2 inches above your knee. And make sure the head always comes last. Make sure that rotation comes from the bottom of the spine and it travels up your spine. Taking the opposite leg in the hand, straighten that leg should you wish and opening up your back arm should you want a more intense stretch for the T-band. So you can have options here. You take your cow face pose, you take your foot flexed on your knee, or an easy cross-legged pose. Whichever one you're going to choose, make sure both hips are pushed back and on the floor. Breathe in and exhale and start to walk your hands forward over those knees. Keep easing that breath down, keep easing that body over, and use your hands to push your hips back so you intensify the stretch in the top glute, and you will probably feel it in your lower back as well. Okay, so you're going to now take your legs out to a second position, knees facing the ceiling, and use your forearms to push the thighs apart and stretching the hip flexors. If you want more, you can straighten your knees, making sure the toes and the knees are always facing the ceiling. Take a side stretch. Your legs can be bent, one can be straight. And just relax the body to your side, so you're stretching your side muscles as well as your underneath hamstrings. Take a breath in, and if you want more, just look underneath that elbow. And coming to the other side, lifting the body off the hips, keeping the glutes held so your knees and your toes remain facing the ceiling. Again, look underneath the elbow should you want more in the torso and the rib cage. Take the legs slowly in front of you, squeezing inside thighs together, squeezing ankles together, hands on the floor, and start to walk the hands down past your legs. The idea is to keep the backs of the knees on the floor. So pressing the backs of the knees down on the floor and elongating the body over those legs to stretch your hamstrings. Relax the toes. Relax your head. And think lying the torso down onto the thighs. So crossing the legs again on the other side. You want your cow face pose, or take the other options to cross the legs with the foot flexed on the knee, or just an easy crossed leg pose. Again, pushing the hips back to protect your knees and intensify the stretch in the lower back and that top glute. Keeping the abdominals in all the time and using your breath to try and ease into that stretch a little more each time. Recovering and then taking that bent leg second position one more time. Straightening the legs if you wish. And this time push the hips back. Maintain those knees position and the toes position facing the ceiling, and if you can, just walk forwards. Make sure you hold the glutes so you protect your hip joints, and come as low or as high as you feel comfortable. Keep breathing into that stretch before you recover. Gently bring the legs in. And come to a standing position. One leg is behind the other, and you're in a curtsy position so the knees are tracking over the toes. One leg is crossed behind the other, and you're just going to gently bend and try and straighten those legs. Releasing the torso, releasing the head, so you'll feel quite an intense stretch in that front leg. Rolling up. And taking that other leg behind in a curtsy type position. And we're just going to try and straighten those legs as you release your head, and you exhale as your legs straighten, and you breathe in as you bend and release your legs. Feeling that slightly different stretch in the front hamstring. Rolling up. Taking an easy tree pose, so the foot comes to the ankle, the calf, or the inside thigh. Engage your inside thigh and press the sole of that foot towards that inside thigh. Please make sure that the foot is either above or below the knee, no pressure on your knee, and hold that ankle and you're pressing that knee out. If you want more, take the opposite hand up and try and take a little side stretch should you wish. And changing into the other side, so ankle, calf, or above your knee. Engaging the inside thigh and having a bit of pressure with the sole of the foot against that inside thigh. Holding the ankle, using the strength in your arm to press the knee out, and taking the opposite arm up. And if you want to side bend, press over. Taking that knee into your chest, opening up in the hip, and stay there. Changing legs, opening up that knee in the hip. Really feeling that release in the hip. Take a big circle and breath. And another big circle, sweeping the hands to the floor, and a big breath in. Really feeling that release in the body. Release in the head. And thank you very much.